barriers like IUDs. We have discussed about the oral contraceptives, implants or injections. There are some emergency contraceptives. In the last, we have discussed about the sterilization of surgical methods. In the male, I have discussed about the vasectomy, and the females, I have discussed about the tubectomy. Now, the next topic is a medical termination of pregnancy. You know, MTP or induced abortion is intentionally or voluntary termination of pregnancy before the full term. So MTP has the following characteristics. You know that the government of India, they have legalized MTP in 1971, and with some strict condition to avoid its misuse. There are important to check this indiscrimination and illegal female feticide, which are reported to be high in India, especially in Punjab and Haryana. You can see there are a lot of cases of female feticide. So, but MTP, you know, the 45 to 50 millions MTPs are performed in a year all over the world, and MTP has to decrease the population, but we should not do intentionally. It may be due to some reason, like if there is any problem for the mother or the baby, then only we can allow for this pregnant termination of pregnancy. The different countries are having different laws for termination of pregnancy. Like in some countries, they don't allow. That is not legally valid. So MTPs are considered relatively safe during the first trimester of pregnancy. During second trimester, MTP are unsafe and could be fatal too. And the drawback of MTP is that it is being misused to abort normal female feticide and has raised many emotional, ethical, and social issues. Like it is there if you don't want any child, but it doesn't mean that you will discard the normal female. So that is that we are misusing it. You know, there is a one term amniocentesis. So by using amniocentesis, we taking the amniotic fluid and we know that whether the fetus sex is a male or a female. So we are again misusing that technique also for knowing the sex of a unborn child. The importance of MTV is to avoid unwanted pregnancy that may be due to casual intercourse or failure of the contraceptive during coitus or rapes. So it is essential in case where the continuation of pregnancy could be harmful to the mother and the fetus or both. So in this picture, they have shown you like a spectrum is placed in the vagina. That is, the tenaculum is clamped to the lip of the cervix, and a cannula is inserted into the uterus, and it is just remove that fetus. But MTP are safe during the first trimester, and it is unsafe in second trimester. The problems related with the MTP is that majority of MTP are performed illegally. Misuse of amniocentesis test for fetal sex determination. If the fetus is female, it is followed by MTP. Such practices are dangerous for the young mothers and the female and the fetus. Nowadays, you can go to any gynecologist clinic. So they are like earlier they have the ultrasound, but now they have to keep a record of each and every like pregnant woman, like and they don't allow anyone to do the ultrasound. There is a specialized radiologist who will do it, so that there will be no, if you know the sex of your child, so you will not intentionally do the female that abortion. So amniocentesis is a technique in which some amniotic fluid of the fetus is taken to analyze the fetal cells and dissolve substances. It is used to test the presence of any genetic disorder or survivability of the fetus. If there is, we know if there is some disorder in the fetus, or there are some chances that the fetus will not grow properly. So in that case, you can do the MTP, but it is not a routine practice. So Government of India enacted the MTP. They have amended in the 2017 this act of MTP, to reduce illegal abortion and consequent maternal mortality and morbidity. According to this act, a pregnancy may be terminated within the first 12 weeks of the opinion of a one registered medical practitioner. And if the pregnancy is between 12 to 24 weeks, then two registered medical practitioners must be an opinion. So means that doctor should be a registered practitioner under MCI, Medical Council of India. It is not by that anyone can do, like in the villages there are many doctors who are not even prescribed for anything. They are doing the, or some nursing staff that are not eligible for these kind of termination. The next topic is sexual transmitted disease. The sexual transmitted disease, they are transmitted through sexual intercourse. That's why we call sexual transmitted disease or infectious disease or venereal disease or reproductive tract infection like gonorrhea, syphilis, genital herpes, chlamydiasis, genital warts, trichomoniasis, hepatitis B, HIV. These are the some diseases which are transmitted by the sexual intercourse. It is not only that they transfer only through that method. There are some other way also, like if you transfuse the infected blood to other one. Like there are many other things also, like the sharing needle with an infected person, infection from blood products, or transmission from infected mother to fetus. So the hepatitis B and HIV are also transmitted by these methods also that I've discussed. Except hepatitis B and genital herpes and HIV, other diseases are completely curable if detected early and treated properly. Hepatitis B also, but as per the NCRT, they have given this statement. But nowadays, now HIV and hepatitis herpes is also having the curable. The only thing is that we should know early. If we know, then we can also. That is called molecular diagnosis. If you know early, you can cure that. So these infection can be avoided if you avoid sexual practice with unknown partners or multiple partners. The symptoms of these STDs is itching, fluid discharge, slight pain, swelling in genital region, absence or less significant early symptoms, and the social stigma that the infected person to consult a doctor. These are the things that we are unaware about these things. We are thinking as a social stigma. These leads to complications such as pelvic inflammatory disease, abortion, stillbirth मतलब जब बेबी के अंदर ही डेथ हो जाती है और डिलीवरी होती है डेड बेबी की, दैट इज कॉल्ड स्टिल बर्थ। एक्टॉपिक प्रेगनेंसीज अगर यूट्रस के अलावा अगर कहीं और पे इम्प्लांटेशन हो जाए तो उसे एक्टॉपिक प्रेगनेंसी बोलते हैं। इनफर्टिलिटी और कैंसर ऑफ द रिप्रोडक्टिव ट्रैक, दीज आर द some signs or symptoms of the STDs. So how you can prevent these STDs? Avoid sex with a known partner. That's why in Indian, our culture, like Hindu marriage, we we want that only one partner. Use always condom during coitus. If you want to make a gap in between the children, in case of doubt, go to a qualified doctor for early detection and get complete treatment. So all persons are vulnerable to STD. These are very high among persons in the age group of 15 to 24. These age group persons are, they are at high risk because the chances of high in this person. Okay. So the next topic is infertility. Infertility is also one of the major aspects of reproductive health. What is the meaning of infertility? It is inability to conceive or produce children even after 2 years of unprotected sexual cohabitation. Like if you don't get pregnancy even after the 2 years of marriage, or you can say unprotected sexual cohabitation, so that means that you are unable So that is a reason that comes under the definition of infertility. The reason for this can be physical, congenital, disease, drugs, immunologic, or even psychological. Uh, there are several infertility clinics which can diagnose and provide treatment to the infertile couple, thus enabling them to have children. And these disorders can be treated in infertility clinic. Like nowadays, you can see a lot of ad on the test tube baby. Okay, so these technology used to correct the infertility problem. The ART means assisted reproductive technologies. It is in vitro fertilization, gamete intrafallopian transfer, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, artificial insemination, or surrogacy. These are the various methods. So we will discuss one by one. The first one we'll discuss the IVF. Is it very common? It is in vitro fertilization or test tube baby program. What we do in this thing, in vitro मतलब outside the body, in vivo मतलब inside the body. So here the ova from wife or donor female and sperm from the husband or the donor male, they are made to fertilize in the to form the zygote in the laboratory under same condition as in the body, that is in vivo. We create the same condition. जो इन वाइवो कंडीशन है वो सेम हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं टेस्ट ट्यूब में, and this is called in vitro fertilization because here the fertilization took place outside the body, and zygote or early embryo is transferred into the fallopian tube, or if it is like or depend on the uterus for further development, it is called embryo transfer. It is can be following two types, that is GIF, that zygote intrafallopian transfer or intrauterine transfer. अगर अगर इसमें जाइगोट में आपको पता है कि क्लीवेज होता है, माइटोसिस होती है, अगर अप टू 8 सेल्स तक ब्लास्टोमियर बने हैं तो वी विल ट्रांसफर इट इनटू द fallopian tube. If it is more than 8 cells, then we will transfer it into the uterus, because you know that कि ट्रांसफर, क्योंकि जैसे जैसे ये इसका फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है फेलोपियन ट्यूब में, और फेलोपियन ट्यूब से जब ये मूव करता है यूट्रस की तरफ इम्प्लांटेशन के लिए, तो इसमें क्लीवेज होता रहता है और ये इम्प्लांट होता है ब्लास्टोसिस्ट स्टेज में. तो डिपेंड करेगा कि इसमें कितने ब्लास्टोमियर हैं. इफ इट इज अप टू द 8 ब्लास्टोमियर, then we transfer into the fallopian tube, that is called zygote intrafallopian transfer. Or if it is having more than 8 blastomeres, then we will transfer into the uterus, that is endometrium. This is called IUT. This embryo transfer, that is zygote interfallopian transfer, that is early embryo within up to 8 blastomere, and IUTs are transfer of embryo with more than 8 blastomere. Embryo formed by in vitro fertilization. We can also fertilize these gametes in vivo also, like we are taking some other female, and we can use the body of other female to do the fertilization, and we can also use this zygote or embryo for the transfer to assist those female who cannot conceive. Like if the male and female they are producing the gametes, but there is some problem in the fertilization, so we will prefer to do in vitro. But if there is some problem in the in vitro, we can also use a in vivo for some other donor lady. We can use it. You okay? So the second one is gamete intrafallopian transfer. What is the meaning of gamete intrafallopian transfer? As the name suggests, it is done by the transfer of ovum collected from a donor female into the fallopian tube of the another female. You are taking the this here the female is not producing the gamete. That's why the name is gift. You are taking from someone else. Gamete intrafallopian. You are taking the gametes of some other woman, and you are transferring in the required lady into the another female who is unable to produce ova, but can provide suitable condition for fertilization and further development of the fetus. Okay, is it clear? Gift. Here the lady cannot produce a gamete. She is taking the gamete from other lady, and that gamete will be placed into the fallopian tube of that particular lady, and she will provide all other conditions that is required for the fertilization. Is it okay, Gift? Hello? Is it okay? Okay. The next one is ICSI, that is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Here, it is carried out by directly injecting the sperm into the ovum or from an embryo to form an embryo in the laboratory. The embryo transfer is done later by the IUT technique in the woman. Actually, we will do these things when there's a sperm count or sperm mobility is less or low. So we will take the sperm, and in this we can take select a single sperm that was good, and it is injected directly into the egg. And after the fertilization, the embryo is implanted into the woman uterus. Okay, means that it is having more than 8 cell stage, then we'll transfer into the uterus. If it is less than 8 cell stage, we'll transfer into the fallopian tube. Artificial insemination, as you can see in the picture, if there is a problem with the male, it is performed by the collecting semen from the husband or a healthy donor and artificial introducing it either into the vagina or into the uterus. So this is used in cases where the male partner are unable to inseminate the female or have very low sperm count in the ejaculation. So this technique is useful for the male partner having inability to inseminate female or low sperm count. The next one is a surrogacy. Surrogacy, आपने एक मूवी भी देखी होगी बहुत पहले, प्रीति जिंटा की कोई मूवी थी, आई डोंट नो द नेम. In that, she has a role for a surrogate mother. In that, what we do here, the woman or the surrogate mother bear a child for a couple unable to produce children because the wife is infertile or unable to carry. In that case, you can take like a rented womb. You can take some kind of agreement with another lady. So that particular you can use a womb for a particular duration, and the surrogate is impregnated through artificial insemination or implantation of an embryo that is produced by the IVF. So these are the different strategies to make that to have the couples that they are having the babies. And the problems of ART is that it require high precision handling by specialized professionals and expensive instrumentation. Therefore, these facilities are available only in the few centers, and emotional, religious, and social problems are also attached. And for the that's the thing that we can use a legal adaptation is a adapt, adoption is a one of the best method for couples looking for parenthood. They can take the children, those who don't have the mother father. So that can also be a one way. But for biological mother father, you have to use the ART. Nowadays, they are very successful. So this is all about this chapter. Uh, because it is in this chapter, this is very short. They have in this chapter mainly they have discussed about the birth control methods and there are different like barrier methods or IUTs, oral contraceptives, implants or emergency contraceptive. So I have covered all the things which I have given in the NCERT. Please ask any question, any doubt. Hello.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ जी.
What is pregnancy? Ectopic
What is?
pregnancy.
एक्टॉपिक क्या होता है? जैसे ज्यादातर क्या होता है कि जब ब्लास्टो जाइगोट बनता है ना, जैसे जाइगोट तो बनता है फेलोपियन ट्यूब में, जाइगोट फिर आगे डिवाइड होके इम्प्लांट होता है एंडोमेट्रियम लाइनिंग ऑफ द यूट्रस. अगर वो यूट्रस में इम्प्लांट ना होके कहीं और इम्प्लांट हो जाए, अपार्ट फ्रॉम यूट्रस कहीं और जाके वो इम्प्लांट हो गया, तो उसको बोलते हैं एक्टॉपिक प्रेगनेंसी. जनरल कंडीशन में यूट्रस में इम्प्लांट होता है ना ब्लास्टोसिस्ट स्टेज में, अगर वो यूट्रस के बाहर कहीं इम्प्लांट हो गया, जैसे फेलोपियन ट्यूब में हो गया, ठीक है, तो उस केस को बोलते हैं एक्टोपिक प्रेगनेंसी।
Okay, sir.
हेलो। हाँ, और कुछ? हाँ जी बेटा बोलो। देखो ये चैप्टर बहुत छोटा सा है, इसमें ज्यादा कुछ है नहीं है। मेनली यही जो इसमें असिस्टेड रिप्रोडक्टिव टेक्नोलॉजीज, ये मेन टॉपिक है। इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस आते हैं बोर्ड में, या फिर जो केमिकल मेथड्स और आईयूडीज हैं, या बैरियर मेथड्स हैं, या वैसेक्टोमी ट्यूबेक्टोमी, इनका कोई इस तरह का डायग्राम बना के इस तरह का दे कैन आस्क द लेबल इट और व्हाट आर द मेथड्स। बेसिकली जाइगोट आपस में मिलने नहीं चाहिए, दैट्स द रीजन। उसके लिए आप चाहे बैरियर मेथड्स यूज करो, चाहे आप देयर आर सम आईयूडीज मेथड्स, मेन थिंग इज दैट गैमेट विल नॉट फ्यूज। हाँ
So
जी,
what is
एनी अदर
pelvic?
क्वेश्चन?
What is pelvic
pelvic region,
inflammatory disease?
pelvic pelvic inflammatory disease। देखो
Yes,
pelvic
sir.
पार्ट हमारा वो होता है जहाँ पे जैसे मेल्स में टेस्टिस और जहाँ ओवरीज होते हैं ना, जो हमारे लोअर लिम्स के बीच का जो पोर्शन है उसे हम pelvic रीजन बोलते हैं। ठीक है, जहाँ मेल और फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स हैं हमारे, वो हमारा कौन सा है? पेल्विक रीजन है वो। ठीक है, तो पेल्विक इन्फ्लेमेटरी डिजीजेस वही हो गई जो आपके जो जेनेटल ऑर्गन से रिलेटेड इन्फ्लेमेशन हो जाती है ना। एक मिनट, कहाँ है? एसटीडी में था ना वो टॉपिक। दैट इज, जस्ट वेट, यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस पेल्विक इन्फ्लेमेटरी डिजीज। तो पेल्विक एक टाइप से ना, पेल्विक रीजन में आपके इन्फ्लेमेशन हो जाती है। पेल्विक रीजन में हमारा पूरा सारा यूरिन से रिलेटेड जो हमारा यूरिनरी सिस्टम है, रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम है, उसमें इन्फ्लेमेशन। देखो कोई भी डिजीज होने से पहले इन्फ्लेमेशन होती है। ठीक है, पीआईडी के अंदर बहुत सारी डिजीजेस आ सकती हैं, तो उन्होंने उसको एक टर्म यूज कर दी पीआईडी। उसमें अगर डिटेल में देखना है तो बता सकता हूँ कि क्या क्या और हो सकता है, बट दिस इज मेनली रिलेटेड टू योर यूरिनरी और रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम से रिलेटेड जो भी डिजीजेज हैं, उनकी इनिशियल फेज को बोलते हैं पेल्विक इन्फ्लेमेटरी डिजीजेस। हाँ जी।
Okay, sir.
हाँ बेटा, और अच्छा एक चीज बताइए, मतलब आई डोंट नो कि अर्लियर द सेक्स एजुकेशन इज गिवन इन द schools. In your school they will provide you, like in your junior classes, the sex education, or do you think they are good as they are written in the books, that in the reproductive health, they to provide the sex education in the adolescence age, to they can better know all about these things. So do you think it is good or not? What is your opinion? That should be there
Yes,
or not be
sir.
there?
Sir,
You are
should
in
be
favor?
there. Yes,
So
sir.
in your school it
Education
is
should be
provided?
there.
At
Yes,
what age?
sir.
What do you think?
Seminar.
In which age? In which age you think? At what age? What do you think the age at which they will give you this kind of education? That I want to know.
13 to
हाँ जी।
14 age.
At the age of 13 to 14, मतलब you are at in the 9th or 10th, I think, or 8th. मतलब 8th onwards, it should be in the school. I think in the 8th standard, I think, for 13th to 14th years. Hello. So the objective is to provide to that you know about the things, and how you can personally hygiene in things, or there is a misconception, so you should know all about these things. Okay, any other top thing related to ART if you want to know? Like ART is very important. Everything is clear in ART. Hello.